Hi there, and thank you for clicking on my video. This video is going to be loosely Warframe related. It's not going to be like a build video or like a concept about an interaction. But I wanted to give you all an update on something. I believe transparency is always pretty big deal, and it does mean more in my mind when somebody volunteers the information. I am a very small YouTube content creator, though I will never personally identify as a YouTuber. I don't want to make my living off of being on YouTube. Seems pretty painful. Like, I have a full-time job. My bills are paid, the whole 9 yards. So any money that really comes from YouTube is more or less morally up for grabs in terms of where it has to go. Like, there's no real place where it really should be going there, right? But I don't really make too much off of YouTube. I have 2,748 subscribers, and I love you all. I appreciate you. It's a pretty slow month for me. Normally I try to post like every day. Especially if somebody requests a build. But since we've had Deviri, there really hasn't been too much to talk about since the Incarnons came out. But this month I'm looking at making a little over $30. And finally, I looked at what my total revenue was. I've basically been making videos since September, right? And I'm at like 5 million impressions, whatever that actually is, 500,000 views. But more importantly, the revenue is getting to be something that is like not something you can ignore. Oh, and also for those that wanted to know, $60 is 360,000 views. Or sorry, 70,000 views. So 71,000 is $60, give or take. But the revenue, now this isn't accurate because this also includes this month's payout, or this month's estimated revenue, because it's all estimated. But give or take, the amount is like $550. So let's just go with that. And this is getting to be an amount of money where like it can do some damage, like it can actually help somebody. And because I don't really have anywhere that I like really need to spend this, I finally came to the conclusion literally a couple hours ago on what I'm going to do with it. And we're going to do some good. So this is a big thank you to the people that aren't running ad blockers on my channel. I appreciate you all. Here's what you're getting for putting up with the ads. I'm not going to reference his name, but this is somebody in the Alliance that was having some issues with bills getting piled up all on top of each other. It was not their fault. This is not an issue of like willful negligence or not being able to do a budget or anything. This is literally the nicest person that I know just getting dogpiled on. So here's the screenshot. 519, I did the entire thing. 596.87 is the percentage. So they got enough money to pay off their debt, plus a couple other things. I told him when I did the donation, I was like, you got to take your wife to dinner. So him and his wife are gonna get to have a really nice dinner. And I think he's gonna be able to like get a capture card or something for his computer and his stream that he was doing. But doing this, I finally came to the conclusion of what I'm going to spend the YouTube money on. And here's where the transparency and where I think like the responsibility to volunteer transparency is important. Just being open, I am going to have to keep some of the money. Because I don't know if you guys are in the US, but just so you know, like, every transaction has 3 people involved at a minimum. You, the other person, and the tax man. So some money is going to have to be taken out for tax purposes. Not a lot, because most of this is going to be donated. But like the money that I just donated to the Alliance member isn't tax deductible. So it's not going to be something that like I can write off on my taxes, right? So I'm going to have to pay taxes on that. So that amount of money, give or take, will be kept at the end of the year, right? But I would like to do, in one of the few non-Warframe content posts that I plan on doing on this channel, recently plan on posting, is just whatever I do with the YouTube revenue. Like, I think that would be fucking cool. Just like, hey, listen, since the last time we talked, this is how much money I've made. Let's spend it on something good. Like somebody that needs something. I'm not sure how I'm going to structure it, because I know if people share this, it could very, very quickly turn into a gamble please competition. And one, I would find that degrading for the other people involved. Two, it would be highly inefficient. And three, the chance of me being able to see and pick a person or a place to give the money to effectively would be vastly reduced. So I'm not sure how I'm going to structure it. But I will keep you guys updated, because I'm going to be doing this. I feel like this is a really good thing. Maybe I'll do this every 90 days. Or however it works out, right? So it'll be smaller amounts, because this is the amount for a year. Like the most popular video that I've had is me talking about how much I've spent on Warframe. And it was $61 that I got back. That number's pretty accurate. Which I guess is kind of ironic, considering I sat there and talked about the game that I spent all the money on, and then I technically got a little refund that came back, right? 1% return. Hey, it's better than my cash back rewards on my credit card right now, so I'll take that shit. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. This is going to be a quick video, and I mean like an actually quick video. It's not going to be like one of my quick videos, and then we're talking for another hour. But I think I'm going to make this a regular thing where like every 90 days, I see whatever the revenue I've made off the channel, and then maybe I'll match it or double it or something like that. We'll figure out what it is, and we'll do something good with it. So this is literally just going to be every now and then, just like a force for good. Because the fact is like, for those of you that play Warframe, know that I mean this with like all the love in the world, but like Warframe's Warframe. Okay, so like, I'm not going to become a millionaire off of this. The idea of chasing a future, like a financial future, that would replace and multiply the amount of money that I'm making now from my job to justify a career change, it just doesn't exist with Warframe. But I think we can do some good. Especially if it's like every 6 months, it's a couple $100. I could match this and it wouldn't even hurt. And we could find something really good. I'm gonna, because I'm always looking at nonprofits and stuff like that. Just so you all know where like my mind is in terms of like what I've been looking at. I haven't pulled the trigger on any of this yet. But like one of the facts that I found pretty astounding, and this is a number from like 2-3 years ago, right before COVID. Oh, geez. Okay, so like 3.5 years ago, was like shelters for like people that are victims of abuse, right? You have 3 major categories for adults. Obviously, if it's like a child abuse, then you have like child protective services, right? And obviously some shelters for like that are like mediaries, right? But the main categories that you have is women's only shelter, hybrid shelters for both sexes, and then you have a incredibly small men's only shelter where they specialize in that. Now, why bring this up? That's not really an unfair thing to say. Listen, it's just kind of how life is. but you have thousands of women's shelters, okay? You have a couple hundred hybrid shelters, and you've got like 6 men's shelters in all of the US. You could literally look them up. I think it's up to like 15 right now. It's less than 30. But you have thousands of women's shelters, a couple of hybrids that are like where it's like 200-300 or whatever it is. But you can count all of the men's shelters on 2 hands. And where I live, there's actually 2 of them. So I was thinking about like, trying to get like resources together and stuff like that. Like especially if they're willing to take like food donations. I know for a fact if they're willing to take food donations that don't have to be bought like directly from a store, I could turn the $600 into literally pallets worth of food easily. For $600, if you can go to like a swap meet and stuff like that, I know of places right now where I can buy a pallet of food for like $200. But it's one of those things where it's going to be like damaged boxes, stuff close to expiration. But in terms of getting people fed, $600 you can do a lot with. So in terms of like mentally where I'm at, like I'm sort of leaning toward things like that, where it's like it's not really going to be a cash donation, but it's going to be um, like alleviating some pain. You know what I mean? So this is mentally where I'm like my starting point. But I just wanted to give you all an update. You watching the people without ad block, willing to tolerate the ads, that money that the advertisers have paid to put their ads in front of you and you put up with them, have gone to something good and have helped me make the decision to continue putting that money towards somewhere good and focus where it's going to go. And I'm probably going to add a multiplier to this. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. We're doing some good. So thank you. I appreciate you all. And we're going to try to make this a regular thing. But anyway, take it easy, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Have a blessed day.